1, 2, 3.
So we're standing here with Jeff Logosz from Slingshot Kiteboarding. He is one of the owners and founders of Slingshot Kiteboarding. So how did you get into the sport?
I was working with Elliot LeBeau at the time in windsurfing, and he was riding our sails, and he was in Maui, I was in Hood River, and I kept sending him his windsurfing gear, and he quit using it and kept telling me about how cool kiteboarding was, and that there's this crazy guy that could stay upwind on a wakeboard and was making it, look good, and that was Lou Wayman. And that's when they came over and turned us onto it. So ever since then we got into it.
So there was when?
98, 97, something like that. Yeah.
And that's the same time you started, or did you start a little bit before the kite?
No, my brother was building custom windsurf boards, surfboards, and he started building kiteboards because it started to kind of ping a little bit. And he wanted to keep the kiteboarding separate from surfing and the windsurfing. So he was the originator of the name, came up with Slingshot. And so it was a year and a half, and then we founded Slingshot, knew we wanted to go this direction, and that was 1999. So it's kind of 10 years now. Oh, so yeah, it's a big deal for us.
Anniversary.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Yeah.
Slingshot has to be known to be like very, like a more radical.
Hardcore.
Hardcore, yeah, that's a better word. Brand. Of course, Ruben Lenton plays a big role. Do you define yourself like hardcore, or do you see yourself like brand for everyone? Or
I think that there's definitely, we have a cool image that's associated with being hardcore, and that's been driven from the early days, defining an image for the sport. So many of our competitors came from windsurfing, and so they already had a windsurfing brand identity. So it was really easy for us to just be ourselves, be a free riding company. We could pull more from snowboarding or skateboarding and the sports that we grew up doing, basically. How it's carried on, yeah, for sure, is insane. And so we leverage that. I mean, honestly, freestyle's our foundation. We're fully committed to it. Freestyle's our foundation, and waves are our passion.
So I assume you love to go into the waves?
Absolutely. I like to go down where he lives, actually. I mean, I work full-time, and Slingshot's a full-time job. So when I take a vacation, I like to get down in his neck of the woods in South Padre and go kiteboarding all the time. So I like the downwinder, I got to be honest.
You're based in Hood River. I've been there. It's just like a beautiful place. I think in summer you have awesome winds, but okay, also waves, I think, in the river.
Yeah.
Where's your favorite spot?
I still like to go out east. I still like to go where Elliot and Lou and I used to go, and it was the place we call the Kite Park, which is out by Rufus. It's closer to the dam. You've probably seen pictures from there. There's a famous picture of Ben Wilson jumping with Mount Hood in the background, and that was taken out east. That's one of my secret spots I like to go to. So.
What's like one of the most memorable moments in the last 10 years of Slingshot?
Well, the Slingshot parties. Those were good.
Do you really remember them, though?
That's a good point. Yeah, I remember them well enough that that I definitely. It's been a while since we've thrown a rager like that, so I'm thinking about putting one back on the map for sure.
Good, that's awesome. Well, and your team is You have a great team, and they kind of have a reputation of being rowdy and a little bit crazy, and do you think those days of Slingshot are over?
No, I don't, because I mean, there's times when life changes.
Yeah.
Ben just had his first kid, as you know, and so he's got another set of rules.
Yeah, it's got another set of rules.
Yeah, so he's probably going to mellow out a little bit, but we have a youth team, and we'll always be investing in the youth, and they always bring that attitude. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your time today.
No worries. Have fun, guys.
Yeah. All right.